Welcome to the Partyology Experience with your host, 𝚂𝙾𝙲𝙸𝙰. Hey party people, welcome back to the Partyology Experience, here today again with 𝚂𝙾𝙲𝙸𝙰. You must be getting sick of doing podcasts with me, Ema? I get here a lot.
I've been in a work relationship with you for 7 years, mate. I listen to your voice 5 days a week, so I'm good.
You make it sound painful. I'm awesome to work with.
Most of the time.
That's where we hear crickets, isn't it? Okay, what are we talking about today? Today we're talking about something that people might not think super important or exciting, and that is invitations and some of the do's and don'ts of invitations. I think this is important for a few reasons. It's something quite simple, something you obviously do fairly early in the piece when you've planned most of your party. You've obviously picked your venue, your date, those key things, so you know what to put on the invitation.
Yeah.
But you do need to think about a few other things that people, I think, quite often don't really think about, and something that's quite important. So, in the old days when I was having parties,
okay, now you sound old.
Back when there was horse and carts and all those sorts of things.
You're not that old, mate.
Not quite. You would send out, it was before all electronic stuff, so you would do mail.
He's forgotten what it is.
That's
now.
right.
So long ago.
My brain's not working. So yes, you would send out a written invitation, and you would either get it printed or you'd write something out yourself. I remember doing ones for my kids a long time ago, and they were you'd buy them from the post office or the newsagents, and it was a pad, and it was, you'd filled out the date and it had a few pictures and those, it was quite simple, and I'm sure you can probably even still do that now.
I'm sure you still can.
A lot of it now is done digitally. And you've experienced this through when you were wedding, yes, and doing some of your planning. What did you looked in some of these recently, didn't you?
I think I'm trying to be more sustainable. I think everyone is these days. They don't want to have to send, copies of invites, or because you got to save the date, the invitation, then you got the other cards like the RSVP cards to send out. So it's trying to eliminate cost, and it's also trying to make sure that we're not killing the environment at the same time. That's right. So we had looked into doing a wedding website so that you can then actually just say, tell us your dietary requirements and if you're coming as well, without having to send a whole other card back to us. We're still going to do just the invitation, that's it, but we're not going to do save the dates. We might do them through a website as well. So it's getting more digitally, advanced. Yeah. I think if you're having a party, if I was going to have a party, I'd probably just do it all digitally. Yes. I'd do it either through Facebook or through those really cool party websites you can do now. Yeah. You can put videos on them. If you you talking and getting everyone hyped up about how awesome it's going to be. You can get it all themed to the theme you're doing. It's so cool. You can do anything you want, really. And some of those are free. You were doing some research, and some of them were free. Yep. Some, I think, you had to pay if you wanted to do updates or something. It was like a monthly, you'd pay $9 a month or something like that. And then, you just kept going. I think you can just cancel at any time. So you wouldn't be doing it, of course, forever. You'd just be doing it for the time you have your party. So that's right. A couple of months or something like that. Yeah, that's right. So there is, as we've said, social media. Some people will do it through email, create an invitation, get it designed by a graphic designer, so you can still create something nice and just email it to everyone. Yes, that's what we do. Yeah. The downfall with that is you don't always have everyone's email addresses. But if you've got most people, or you don't think it's a hassle to get people's email addresses, that's a great way to send them out. Yep. Otherwise, the new way is through websites. Yes. Or, some people still do it the old-fashioned way and send out written invites. Yep. Or printed ones. Yep. Now, obviously, doing the written or printed version is going to cost you more to do it that way. So doing it through social media, as we say, Facebook, it's a lot cheaper. But then again, not everyone, your grandmother or whatever might not be on social media. Well, we've got trendy grannies. Yeah, you've got a cyber granny. Yep. Not everybody's always on that platform that you might use either. So you may find that you need to do multiple layers or options to do that. Yep. But the key thing to think about when doing an invitation, obviously you need your date and time and all those sort of boring things. They're the necessities. But Emma touched on it just before. The good thing about doing your your invitations through something, say social media or websites, is you can create a bit of more excitement. So in the old days, you'd send out an invitation, and as we say, it has all the basic details, but that was it. You then hope that people would give you an RSVP, and then they would show up. Yes. Now, with doing it digitally,
digitally, I can't even say that. Geez, I'm having a terrible day today. If you do it that way, electronically, that'll be easier to say that. You can keep people excited by sending them updates of what's happening.
Yeah, 2 weeks to go, guys, get excited.
Yeah, you can send out pictures and snippets of things that you may have purchased for the party, whether it be decor or a cocktail you're going to make. You can send out if you're setting it up at your house and you're setting
Day
up
one.
the week before, you can send out snippets of what's going to happen. If you're going to have your function at home, and we've talked about before weather being a major impact, you can send out things like, don't worry guys, I know the weather's looking terrible this weekend, but we've got plenty of heaters,
got it covered, guys.
Or we've got air conditioners coming in, or we've got an ice bath that you can jump in, whatever it might be. Ice sculpture. Whatever it might be, you can keep people keep connected with your guests prior to the event, so then people can see that, this is going to be an exciting event. And so one of the key stresses that people have when having a function is, will people show up? We run surveys for our clients, and we've been running them for years, and I think probably the number one thing is, will people show up to my party? And doing a good invitation and keeping connected with your guests.
Getting the hype going.
Getting the hype going and creating an exciting party that people want to come to will guarantee more that people are going to show up to your event.
100%.
Just sending out an invite and then hoping for the best, I think
you're just playing with fire with that. If
you are.
If you're really frightened about people not showing up, don't do it just a lukewarm sort of invite, like, here you go, maybe just show up if you feel like it.
If you're just giving them, here's the date, it's at my house, and it's at 7:30, and that's it.
You be excited too. Get really excited. I'm so excited for my party in a couple of weeks. It's going to be so good.
Parties are supposed to be fun and exciting, and if you don't make it exciting before they even get there, I think you're already behind the 8 ball. So that's why I think invitations are important. It's something that's quite often overlooked, and people just think, I just need to let people know about it. I think you need to do more than that now. You need to do more than that. Yes. You need to get people excited about it. Keep in touch with them. Keep things coming. And it sounds like a bit of work, but if you want to create a great party, it is a little bit of work.
Yes.
If you've got the budget, get a planner or somebody to help you do those sorts of things. But the good thing, if it's on Facebook, say, it's easy to post an update. People spend their whole life on social media at the moment, so to put an update of a cocktail you're going to serve, or a picture of some of the lighting you might be using, or decorations, as we say, or the cake, a glimpse of the cake. You might not want to give away everything because you want it to be exciting when people get there and surprising, but you do want to create that excitement. So,
or if you're having entertainment, stay on the invite. Don't be sad about it. Just be like, okay, I'm having entertainment, guys. Get ready. This is going to be awesome.
That's right.
If you're going to have dancing girls, or as Mark likes to say, like pits or jelly pits, or girls are going to be, in there naked or whatever.
That's for the Bucks night.
That's a typical male thing.
You wouldn't typically have that at your wedding.
No, but anything. You'd be like, I've got something really exciting. There's entertainment, guys. Like, it's going to happen on the night. Like, get really hyped up about it.
Right.
Because if you're going to pay the money to have really good entertainment, write it on your invite.
Yes.
Why
not?
Right.
That's right. You're spending a lot of money on this. Yeah.
Put it on there.
Put it on there. So that sort of also leads into, you're inviting your guests. Most people these days, we find the average is about anywhere between 80 and 120 is the average for most functions, whether they be at home or in a function venue. One of the key things to think about, and we've talked about this just a little bit before, is if you want to create an exciting party, not only do you have to go to all the organising of doing exciting things, but it's good to try and invite exciting people.
Yes.
Now, if you've got people that are introverts that don't like going out of their house, they're probably not the people. If you want a crazy party with lots of great party energy, maybe think twice about inviting them to the party, and maybe do something more low-key for them, like a dinner or something like that. So if
like
you're
an empire and stuff like that.
So if you've got older grandparents, that's a perfect example, Emma. You might do a dinner with them separately, and then have all your wild friends come to the party side of things. So your wild party might only be 40 people, and you might have a dinner for 40 people. And again, people might not be able to do that because it's an extra cost, and you're running then 2 functions. But the low-key one might be just going out for a restaurant, and everyone pays for themselves, and all you got to do is organise the date. So that may be a better idea than inviting everybody, and then half the people aren't crazy party people and aren't going to dance because that's not what they do, or they're not into that sort of stuff.
If that's what you're wanting for your party, that's saying if you're not having a gathering and stuff, invite them all, of course. But if you're having a party of the year and you want everyone up and dancing, and it's good to consider. It sounds horrible, really, doesn't it? So it does. Cutthroat. Don't invite them then.
You're boring. You're not coming to my party.
You're boring. Don't tell them that, of course.
But I think there's, depending on the type of event, I've always said, if you want wild parties, invite wild people.
Yep.
If you're having a low-key gathering, it doesn't matter if it's just a sit-down or everyone's just chilled. It doesn't matter who you invite then, because it's going to appeal
to everyone,
to more people. But if you want it to be crazy and wild, you need to maybe think about who you're going to invite.
Get the party animals.
Yeah. So another thing to think about is give people as much notice as possible. Now, you would know this, Emma, for organising your wedding. For weddings, you need to give a lot more notice.
Yes.
But you're more likely to get people to come to your party if you give them plenty of notice.
Don't give them too much. There's a fine line here. Don't give them a crazy amount of notice, but it's like ridiculous and people forget.
Yeah, true.
But give them enough notice that they can make sure that there's not going to be other things that they plan on that day. 2 weeks prior, I think now is too short. I think you need to be, if you're having a function like your 21st or 30th or something, at least a month or six weeks.
6 to 8 weeks, I think.
Yeah, out just, and then you can keep doing that hype as we spoke before. Have your website, and that gives you more time to really hype it up. Put videos on there, snapshots, as you said.
That's right.
That gives you time to do that sort of thing. You're not doing it all in 2 weeks and going, oh my goodness, got to get all this content in.
Yeah, and I guess it depends on the time of the year that you're having it, how much notice you give. Like if you know that all your friends are turning 30 or 40 or 21 or whatever it is, around that time, do a bit of groundwork and work out when other people are having their parties, because you may then miss out on the date you want because you've left it too late, and then you're upset because you really wanted it on that particular Saturday.
November and December. Yeah. You might as well. I'm a December baby. I've just made the consideration for the rest of my life that I will be competing with every Christmas party under the sun and all the functions that happen that time of the year. So if I was going to have a really big party in December, first of all, my boss would kill me.
Yeah.
And second of all, I'd be booking it 6 months prior to make sure no one else takes that date.
Yeah.
So it is that also consideration, what's happening at that time of the year. December, everyone is crazy.
That's right. And you may not even send out your invitations till say 6 weeks, but save the date, even for a normal function, is probably
your daughter's doing
thing.
that for her party at the moment.
That's right. And because again, hers is around school exams, and other kids are all turning 18.
Yeah. So you have to. You got to think of these things.
So she's done a save the date for that reason.
If you want a particular date, 100%. If you're a bit more flexible and you're happy to have it 2 months prior, then maybe not so much, but consider that.
So I think gone are the days of just basic generic invitations with the time and the date and that sort of thing. I think the more effort you put into the invitation and make it sound exciting, the better success you're going to have at getting your guests there.
Yeah.
And
the better outcome. Yeah, that's one.
And more likely you are to get people there and it be a better party, and people are excited about coming to your party. As we've said, you want people to be excited about your party.
Yeah.
So hopefully these tips will help you in planning your party. Stay tuned for more tips coming in future podcasts. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to the Partyology Experience with your host, 𝚂𝙾𝙲𝙸𝙰. Don't forget to subscribe or check out our website for more party tips and expert advice at feelgoodevents.com.au.